Howdy friends, welcome back to Make and Play here at the Purple Turtle Art Studio, and I am your hostess with the mostest and local art educator, Leanne Hale. It's so great to be back. So we have started our carousel, we've worked on some animals, and now we're going to start putting some things together. So let's start by looking at the carousel, how far I have it. I have Mr. Elephant on here, and you can see he goes up and down so the kids can ride him and have a good time. And I've added some embellishments. So let's talk about how I did that. First thing I did was take my carousel. This is the smaller one that I made. It might be the size that you have. Here's the one that I made. I wanted to work big because it looks better on camera, and I just like working with big things like that. Okay, so here's the one I've drawn. You can see that this is the same one. And then I added color. Whoops. I added color. So now what I get to do is add all my fun embellishments. Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun, I can't stand it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of those out. This container that I'm making my carousel out of, I can put all my stuff in it. You can put your stuff in it. So I've got some little pom-pom balls. I have not bought anything since I've started doing these. This is just stuff that I have in the studio, and I do have a lot of stuff in the studio. I do. So it's been a blessing that I haven't had to go anywhere to get anything. You can use regular tacky glue or white Elmer's glue. I'm using a hot glue gun today, so I can just get her done, okay? Because it's just quick. It dries so fast. If you want to use a hot glue gun, make sure that somebody is there with you if you're not supposed to be using that, okay? We don't want anybody burning their fingerprints off, because that's what this one does. It is so hot, it will burn your fingerprints off. So either have a cold melt glue gun or just use some regular glue. It just needs to sit and dry. That's it. I really like tacky glue. This stuff is great. But I'm gonna go ahead and put all these cute little fuzzy pom-poms. Pom-poms are so cute. They make me think of like bunnies or something. You're like, oh, you're so cute. And you're so cute too. Oh my gosh. And you're so cute. There you go. Awesome. 3 cute little pom-poms left. 1, 2, and 3. All right, now I have the big boy. Oh, I'm gonna put him up here on the top because that's our pièce de résistance up there on the top. See it? There we go. Now I'm gonna add a little sparkle. My work roommate is a framer, so we are not allowed to use regular glitter in here because it will get in the framing and she will not be happy. And I would hate to upset Miss Greta because she is one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. So we use glitter glue. It's suspended in glue. It's not even really glue. It's just like it's in some sort of viscous fluid that keeps it from flying everywhere. When I use glitter glue, it takes a long time to dry, so I just put a little bit on. I just use my finger to move it around. So I have taken glitter glue and I've put it on the orange part and on this yellow part. It's probably kind of hard to see, but when the light hits it, it looks really cool. So now I've got these neat 3-dimensional qualities to my carousel. I am gonna add a flag to the top, I think. I don't know, let's see. Miss Heather, can you hand me a straw? We'll have to bring Miss Heather in to bring me a straw because I thought I had one in here, but I don't. There we go. Oh, straw. So I'm gonna take a bendy straw and I'm gonna cut the bendy part off because I don't need it. I really hate getting rid of that part because the bendy part is so cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and make my flag. So you can see this flag here has 2 sides. It's pretty on both sides. So I'm gonna take my paper. You can use any kind of paper you have, or you could use a piece of fabric, Or if y'all have like a scrap bag of fabric at home. I grew up with my mom having a rag bag, and I used to raid that thing and make clothes for dolls and Barbie dolls. So I had this, my Uncle Ron, who gave me a Garfield, stuffed Garfield, and I would make clothes for the stuffed Garfield, and it was a really weird shape, but they were adorable. They really were. Garfield was very well dressed. Big fat Garfield was super well dressed. I want it similar to that. Oh yeah, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this. See that? Remember, if we fold things like this and they touch the same on both sides, they are symmetrical. You're probably like, stop saying that word. You've said it enough already. So what I'm going to do is, while it's folded, I'm going to go ahead and cut the little triangle out so it's a super festive flag. Now, you could also do this with larger pieces of paper and put it over a string and put letters and like string it up over your fireplace or on your wall, and you could make a really neat like welcome home or whatever you want to do, or make it just like Happy Wednesday, you know, I don't know. Wednesdays are nice. So I put some glue right here in the middle. I'm using hot glue, like I said, because I just want to be able to put all this together and not have to let things dry. But all you would need to do is just put a little bit of glue on there and then just let it sit. You could take a paper clip or something to hold this together. It's hot. It's hot right there. So now I'm ready to put this on my carousel. And I am like a snob about there being tape on things where you can see them. Don't put tape on something where you can see it. Don't mess up your artwork with tape where you can see it. But if it's on the back, I have no problem with tape. I'm just gonna tape this on here. I love masking tape. This is like some super fancy artist tape that Miss Greta gave me. It's super fancy. All right, here we go. And you can see that it hangs over a little bit, so I'm just gonna tear that off. All right, just put it on my apron. All right, oh yeah, I like that. So I've got all these neat little embellishments. I mean, you could keep doing this. You could, I think it'd be a really great idea to cut a piece of aluminum foil out for this middle one. Often you see carousels that have a mirror in the middle. I can't ride carousels. I can't even look at them because they make me motion sick. However, I've loved building this one. But they do have mirrors right here. And so aluminum foil would be a great thing to use for that. I'm going to show you how to put an animal on here. I think that I would like to use this nice tall animal, giraffe. And I have cut a piece of paper for the back of this so that it will go up and down on my carousel. I'm going through the steps that I did for making this, that I'd made up, but this is art, so you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can glue this on and you can tape it. I think since I have the hot glue, I'm just gonna glue it. And I'm bending it a little bit so I have some room underneath it. I'm using chopsticks. If you have some throwaway chopsticks in your drawer, they would work great. A straw will work great. A pipe cleaner, a shish kebab skewer, a popsicle stick, pretty much anything you have that's just straight and thin. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some holes in this so I can put this together. I'm folding it here and then I'm just cutting a hole, just a little slit. If you need help with cutting and stuff, just ask somebody with hands that are big enough that makes that job easier. I need to see where that went at the bottom of this. I wanted to make sure they were the same. All right, there we go. So now I want to have the big part at the bottom because that kind of makes sense to me that it would be at the bottom. And this design, this writing and design that's on here, I'm going to turn it around so you don't see it. I really love finding things in my house and using them for stuff they're not supposed to be used for, that they weren't made for. I also like going to like hardware stores and looking for things to use and then telling the salesperson what I'm trying to do, and they look at you like this. Like, you're doing what? Like, I'm doing art and I want to know if you've got the right thing for me. All right. So there is my giraffe. I went in the bottom and then through the giraffe, through the little tab I put on the back of the giraffe and out the top. All right. I think that I need to tighten up my little tab on there a little bit, but I can do that later. All right. Remember I used the dishwasher container, and I really like this because I can keep everything in it. But I want to put some animals on the sides too, so I went ahead and covered up the sides with a piece of black paper. It can be any color paper, or you can make your carousel go all the way around. Remember we talked about that last time, about how you could do that? If you're tuning in today and you haven't seen those videos, just go back in time and look at those. They're there for you. So I'm gonna put my other animals on here. Look at this awesome peacock. Remember that? That was super fun. I'm gonna put the peacock there, and I'm gonna put the turtle, the tortoise, it's not a turtle, it's a tortoise. I'm gonna put the tortoise right here, okay? So if you're going to do it the way I did it, and you wanna put something over this label, you're gonna do that now. Okay, so going forward, I'm gonna now put this piece with my giraffe on this side, all right? And because I have my hot glue gun out, I'm just gonna use my hot glue gun. But first I think I'm gonna tape this. So it's kind of falling over, and I don't want that. I'm gonna reinforce it right here. Some reinforcement. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna put it on right here. See, straighten it up there. Okay. So I'm just gonna use my handy dandy hot glue gun. Remember, you can roll up balls of tape. You can, ooh, you see how hot that is? Wow, that's like super, super duper hot, which means it works really well, but it will burn your fingertips. And I usually burn myself at least once when I'm using it. So remember, ask someone about using a hot glue gun if you're using one. I want you to be able to come back and do art with me and not be like, oh, bandaged fingers. All right, so I have my giraffe side on, and I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on these little edges that are wrapping around. It's the base of our carousel. So cute. Oh, and it fits just like perfectly. Like I planned it. Oh, not quite. Close enough. Close enough. Okay. So I have my giraffe side on, and this goes all the way around. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these other two animals, I'm just going to stick them on the side here. So I'm going to put the tortoise right here, and I'm going to let his little heads hang off because it makes him look more three-dimensional. There we go. And it was an afterthought about them having saddles. You know, often they have saddles, but I don't really know if we want to put saddles on animals that are supposed to be in the zoo. Like, it seems kind of weird. I guess the kids are going to have to ride them bareback. To have jeans and boots on when you go to this zoo. Zoological Park. All right, so, oh my goodness, look at that. Peacock, giraffe, tortoise, and elephante. See that? I like the elephant. The elephant like slides so well. The giraffe, I need to tighten up the backside just a little bit. It's a little bit loose, but as long as it's sitting, it's okay. All right. So I've done all of my embellishments on my carousel. I love the flags. The flags, I think, are my favorite part. I've glued it onto my base, and now I'm ready to play. So now we're at the play segment. Oh, it's so fun. So I've got my carousel here, and look, it turns, look at that. I put my carousel, same thing that you made, right on a Lazy Susan, okay? I feel so bad for Susan. I mean, come on. The Lazy Susan. Anyway, so the Lazy Susan, the Lazy Susan is turning our carousel. My grandmother Mayo actually gave me this Lazy Susan, and we put little bowls that we put taco fixings in it when we're having Taco Tuesday. So what we have now is we have our friends are riding here. You can see Bert and Ernie are already on, man. They were first in line to get on the carousel. And as they're riding, we've got two other friends here waiting to get on, Big Bird and Angry Boy. He has an attitude. Look at him. His hat's on sideways. I'm a rebel. So they're waiting to get on the carousel. It's a long ride. You get your money's worth on this carousel. And as they're riding, who is it? Who's coming in? Oh yeah, of course. It's the sanitation department. The utilities are good here. They're constantly picking up trash. And oh look, Cookie Monster's in the back like he's driving. And then they're gonna wait here and get out. They're like, oh, look at there. We might as well go for a ride while we are here. They're gonna absolutely cut in line in front of Angry Boy and Big Bird. Big Bird doesn't care. Big Bird is like so chill. So let's see, come over here. All right, Big Bird, where do you wanna be? There's not a yellow block, so you're gonna have to go on a blue one. And then Angry Boy, we'll put him right here. And then they can all go for a ride. Here we go, and we can have our animals go up and down. Here we go, up and down as it goes around. There we go. Angry Boy doesn't deserve a ride. He's got a bad attitude. He goes right out. Then, oh look, we could even include our unicorn. Remember unicorn? Unicorn was from our fantasy castle. I brought unicorn back out. And they can just ride until they get super dizzy and might need to throw up. I don't know. I can't ride a carousel. Ugh. So there we go. We have made our carousel. We've got our animals on there that can go up and down. If you've got a Lazy Susan to put it on, you can do that. If not, figure something out or just turn it around, okay? Or just imagine it turning around. You could get your Lego toys and put them here. You can build zoo enclosures with your Legos or with your blocks, and you could put a train. There needs to be a train at the zoo, right? And just build your own playscape to go along with this. And I would love it if you would post it on my Facebook page, all the amazing additions and how you created your zoological park. I would love to see it. So please share that with me, and that means you're sharing with each other. And remember, if you like what you see, you can always give me a tip on Venmo. And go forth, be creative, and be kind.